There is something weird going on with the new Star Wars movies. Welcome to Star Wars Uplink. I was just talking to a normie out in the wild about Star Wars because he heard that I have a podcast on Star Wars and do YouTube videos. He was like, yeah, so what's going on with Star Wars right now? What are your favorites? What do you think about the new trilogy? What do you think about the spin-offs? What do you think about the TV shows? And I was like going through my list. I was like, Andor's incredible. It's the best thing. Star Wars, should definitely watch it. Skeleton Crew is really good. Mandalorian Season 1 is really good. Season 2 is pretty good. Season 3 sucks. Ahsoka's mid. Book of Boba Fett kind of sucks. And the Obi Wan show's garbage. Basically what I told him. And I was like, honestly, there's more misses than hits. He hadn't seen Andor, which I immediately was like, you need to see it. It's so good. If you have any preconceived notions on what Star Wars is, you should definitely check it out. Skeleton Crew is also really good. But he was basically like, actually, you know what? I watched a couple episodes of the Obi Wan show. I agree. Book of Boba Fett didn't look interesting to me, and Ahsoka was really mid. It didn't seem like it did a whole lot. So it got me thinking, what the heck is going to happen when these new Star Wars movies come out? Once we have Disney cracking open the seal that they've had on Star Wars movies, where they've kind of been letting the quality of the Star Wars TV shows be very inconsistent, is that actually going to translate over to the movies? Will people actually care if a new Star Wars movie comes out? What does that look like, especially as we see Mandalorian and Grogu being the one that is most likely going to be the first one back in theaters? A movie based off of a TV show, based off of kids playing with action figures in Star Wars. This is all on top of the news that they have another writer for the Daisy Ridley Rey Skywalker movie. This is the third or fourth set of writers that is getting added to this show. We had documentary filmmaker Obi Chinoy is going to be directing it still. The first writers, Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson, they were kicking off the project even before the director was brought on. And then they got kicked off. Stephen Knight was tagged, and now we have George Nolfi, who did Ocean's 12. This is quote-unquote the new Jedi Order movie. And this is separate from the trilogy of movies that are reportedly going to be happening, and also separate from the Sean Levy project, and also separate from the James Mangold project. So, like, all of this stuff is happening. Everything's going forward. Oh, wait, we need to get different writers. Oh, wait, we need to get different writers. Oh, wait, here we go again. We need to get different writers. At this point, why would you say yes to this project? It feels like a nail in the coffin in terms of like making an actual Star Wars movie, of getting attached to this specific project. I understand the weight to this Star Wars movie. It is trying to be the kickstart of a whole new era of Star Wars movies, something to build the foundation of whatever that rumored trilogy is going to be. It's exciting, and I think Disney and Lucasfilm are scared. I think they have a lot of expectations that aren't really put on top of something like Mandalorian and Grogu, because I feel like Mandalorian and Grogu is going to do what it does. I don't think that they are... I think they're hopeful, but I think they're trying to fool themselves into this idea of a TV show turned movie. Honestly, like I think that movie's gonna kind of be the definition of mid, in terms of it's what they could do in a short amount of time, and I think we can tell. That is my expectations for that movie. Hopefully I'm wrong, but everything that we've heard about it just seems like, oh yeah, they're just turning a season of The Mandalorian into a movie so they can get something out quicker, so they can make the shareholders happier because a new Star Wars movie's out. I'm not entirely sure. It's a very new project. They kickstarted it at the last Star Wars Celebration, and it seems like we're going to probably get a trailer at this upcoming Star Wars Celebration. So the timeline's been pretty tight. It's probably honestly going to feel like a long Mandalorian episode, which may be good, may be bad. We're definitely going to see, but I think it's going to feel like a cash grab. But the big expectations, I feel like, are on this Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie. It seems like they're trying to set her up as the next Luke and explore into the galaxy in a way that they can continue developing in it, like they did the original trilogy and then the prequel trilogies. I think that's ultimately what we're going to see with this specific project. It makes me really curious to see what the future of Star Wars is, just because it seems so messy right now. I think there are big expectations for the next Star Wars movies, plural, and I just hope that they don't make that too much of a priority. I hope that they say, sweet, you're an awesome filmmaker, you're an awesome storyteller, here's the Star Wars universe and let's make something good, rather than what Disney has been kind of focused on, which is like, let's use ChatGPT to collate the entire Star Wars trilogy and just give us an approximation and an average Star Wars experience. I do not think that's going to work in Star Wars. I don't think that if they want Star Wars to succeed long term, that it's going to be a good play. That is why I am so concerned about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, because it just seems like they're trying to get something out just to get something out, rather than saying, sweet, let's do this because of what the leaks at least say. That's what leads me to say this. The leaks are saying, oh, it's just going to be Rada the Hutt getting kidnapped by Embo, and the Mandalorian teams up with Zeb so they can help him. Okay, that sounds super dumb, and why should I care? Obviously, we should care because it's the Mandalorian and Grogu, and you have him on a t-shirt and a mug and a little plushie. It just makes me feel icky. Like, it honestly, if this comes out and if it sucks, it just shows that Disney has no respect for the Star Wars community that it currently holds the control over. Because, like, if they really value the audience, they want to give this quality. They would consistently deliver things that we expect to see for Star Wars, instead of trying to just cash grab it all the way with making a Mandalorian universe and build out this kind of like Marvel-esque experience, which seems like Disney wants everything to be that way. Meanwhile, over in Marvel Land, it's slowly, actually not even slowly, but very quickly has kind of devolved into madness after Endgame. So there's all these things coming together in a way that I just feel like the Star Wars projects that are on the horizon, I hope that they give the proper amount of respect to the creatives to deliver something very interesting. I mean, you kicked off the guy that wrote Lost, and also the guy that wrote and directed and made Peaky Blinders, and now you're getting Ocean's 12 writer on there. Like, where does it end? Where is the graveyard of people involved in Star Wars projects is massive now. And I just hope that they let the series breathe and they actually give the proper amount of respect to telling a good story. Not even respect to Star Wars. Like, do what you need to for Star Wars. Make it feel good, match the universe, and push things forward, but ultimately tell a good story. That's all that needs to happen. And also market it well, because Disney kind of sucks at marketing. Actually, Disney's good at marketing. Lucasfilm sucks at marketing. They rely so heavily on nostalgia to a point where it's just kind of, who cares? I don't care if you're pulling on the nostalgia strings. Like, that's what they failed with the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. All of that marketing was like, you remember Indiana Jones? Yeah. Remember watching him as a kid? Yeah, he's old now. So are you. That's basically their marketing. Now, and they dropped the ball with Solo Star Wars story. They've dropped the ball several times, and I just hope that they make it better going forward. Let me know your thoughts. What do you expect to see with all this that I talked about today? Good gravy. Check out our podcast. May the Force be with you.